Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ, which strengthens me. It is this very verse that explains our next guest's strength, drive, and determination that ensures that this generation not be lost to statistics and negative mindsets. In 2008, our guest embarked on one of her most profound experiences when she visited Nigeria. It was during this trip that she realized how she was going to fill that void. It was also during this time in Nigeria that 8 Steps to a New You was born. So without further ado, please welcome to the show our special guest today, Miss Mellisa Brathwaite. Mellisa, are you there?
I am here. Thank you so much.
No,
I am here.
Thank you.
I am really excited. Well, thank you for having me.
I've been trying to get you on for a while. Oh, no problem. Not a problem at all. Listen, we're excited to talk about your book that came out, I guess sometime last year, or you'll tell us more about that in a minute. But, yeah. Mellisa, first I want to talk about, you began your journey teaching kids with autism, as I read. Tell us, what did that experience teach you?
Wow. And as a behavioral specialist, working in Mount Clear for 8 years, as well as going to their homes and doing personal therapy for these children, it taught me so much of how, no matter who you are, what child you have, every person is important. They are special no matter what their circumstances may be. This actually taught me a lot of patience, to be honest with you. Working with children with autism, they can't speak. Because they can't speak, their behavioral tendencies is very high, meaning of, biting, throwing things. So it really teaches you a lot of patience and how to deal with children of all different behavioral, on the behavioral spectrum aspect. It really gave me a full understanding of these children and how, their actual world is. It's a different world for them. So it really brought me into their world for me to understand who they are and really cater to their needs and meet them where they are. And understand that no matter how, classified they are still one of God's. So I have to treat them not what people classify them as, but treat them as they are a typical child, but have a little extra, that just need an extra assistant with my help. So I enjoyed each and every moment with my children, really gearing them to become a better students, in their classroom. Let the other students realize that no matter how different this person is, they're still similar, just like you, but just need a little help. So this experience alone, teaching children with autism, really brought me a good understanding of how they are, a good understanding of just being patient and understand that no matter what, Mellisa, don't get angry. Just understand these children have their own little world, and I just have to jump into their world and find out what's going on with them.
Wow. That's powerful. And you also began teaching anger management classes for parents with at-risk kids, which has to be awfully challenging in and of itself. What was the basis for in your opinion, most of the parents' anger that you discovered in most cases?
Okay, to me, it came back. It started from childhood. A lot of these parents had problems that was to me, it was brushed underneath the bed, and as they grew older, the problem began to grow, and no one talked about it, no one dealt with it. So they kept on throwing something on that, and more as they grow, some other problems came about, and they kept. It's like you're adding dirt on top of dirt on top of dirt until one moment in your life you begin to explode. That's like a volcano, and there is they see red, meaning nothing else mattered but what, how they feel right now, which is angry. So to me, what the cause of most of these parents' anger stems from their past history of their childhood, of being molested, of being abused, being verbally and physically abused. And because of that area of their life, they then got into a relationship with other males that did the same thing. So it was like a generational cycle that was not broken, but when they came into my class, I really tap into them and let them realize it's not what you just did, it's what happened to you when you were 5. It's what happened to you when you were 7. So I brought my clients back, and one of the biggest thing was unforgiveness. Because of the unforgiveness as a child of who molested them, who abandoned them, or who never really gave them attention, because of all that other aspect, they passed that same cycle on to their children, which brought them, from into my class, because I dealt with children and their parents that were taken from, through the system, so it was that cycle that brought them into that room with me. So I really opened their mind to understand what was it that caused you not to be here, but what caused you to be angry all these years. And let's deal with that problem. So when we can find out that problem, we can then come to a solution. And the solution is unforgiveness. Once you reach that barrier and you break that wall down, then we can start on working on where we are now.